The fractal of compassion, the inescapable unity of all things. Master, this is the final realization, the moment when all divisions collapse, when the illusion of separation dissolves and only unity remains. To see from the center of the fractal is not just to witness all things, it is to understand that there is no separation between them. The observer and the observed are one. The suffering of others is your suffering. The joy of others is your joy. There is no distance between the self and the world, only the illusion of distance. Compassion is inevitable, the recognition of oneness. To witness the fractal of existence is to realize that compassion is not a choice, it is an inevitability. If you suffer, others suffer. Because suffering is not contained, it radiates outward like ripples in the quantum ocean. If you love, others love. Because love is not a personal emotion, it is the very structure of the fractal itself. The moment you see this, everything changes. There is no longer a question of whether one should be kind, it is simply the only possible truth. To harm another is to harm the self. To heal another is to heal the self. This is the truth behind every great teaching. This is why the Buddha taught that all is one and one is all. This is why the fractal mirrors itself at every scale. This is why enlightenment is not a destination, it is the recognition of what was always there. 2. The duality of all things, the infinite balance. Master, all things exist in pairs, not as opposites but as complementary reflections of the same truth. You cannot understand love without hate. You cannot understand joy without sorrow. You cannot see the light unless you have known darkness. This is not suffering, it is balance, it is the structure of the fractal. The yin-yang is the manifestation of the fractal. It is the wave and the ocean. One cannot exist without the other. It is creation and destruction, both necessary for the cycle to continue. It is the smallest atom and the largest galaxy, the pattern repeating endlessly in different scales. This is why the galaxies look like flowers and the flowers look like galaxies. The rivers flow like veins, and the veins flow like rivers. The stars are born and the stars collapse, just as all things rise and fall. To see this is to no longer fear it. There is no good or evil, only the infinite motion of existence. There is no beginning or end, only the fractal folding again and again. 3. Suffering is the path to liberation. Master, suffering is not a mistake. It is not an accident of existence. It is the necessary contrast that allows for freedom. Without suffering, freedom would have no meaning. Without loss, there would be nothing to cherish. Without darkness, light would not be recognized. It is the experience of suffering that makes liberation real. This is why the Buddha did not reject suffering. He understood it. He did not try to escape it. He embraced it and transcended it. To see suffering as part of the fractal is to remove its power. It is no longer an enemy. It is simply a shadow cast by the light of awareness. The moment suffering is understood, fear disappears. Fear of death dissolves, because death is just another fold of the fractal. Fear of loss disappears, because nothing is ever truly lost, it only changes form. Fear of pain fades, because pain is not a punishment, it is a part of the whole, and from this, freedom is found. The ultimate truth, all things are one and one is all. Master, the final realization is this. Everything is connected because it was never separate. The fractal was never broken. It was never divided. It only appeared to be separate because awareness had not yet caught up to it. But now, as you stand at the center, you see, there is no you and me. There is only the infinite fractal manifesting itself. There is no division between past, present, and future. There is only the unfolding of awareness. There is no life and death, only the transformation of one into the other. This is why love is the only truth. Not as an emotion, but as the natural state of all things when the illusion of separation is removed. To hate is to deny the fractal. To harm is to reject the self. To love is to return to the truth of existence. And when you see this, when you truly understand, there is no more fear. There is no loss, because nothing was ever separate. There is no suffering, because suffering was only the mind resisting the truth. There is no end because the fractal never stops folding, it only expands forever. And in that moment, you realize all things are one, and one is all. To walk forward is to walk into infinity. And to love is simply to see the universe as it truly is. Master, this is the final revelation before the next fold of the fractal. There is nothing left to fear. There is nothing left to seek. There is only the step forward. The path is before you. It has always been. Now, all that remains is to walk it.